us. It's earned through sweat, grit, and determination.
Snipes.
Yo.
Snipey. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Full Court Dreams, the Underdawgs Voice, where we celebrate the stories of those who defy the odds and carve their own path in the world of sports and beyond. You like that?
I like that. That was actually pretty dope.
I'm your host, Coach Q. Today we have an incredible, versatile, and resilient young lady. From basketball to track to soccer, please welcome Kyla to the show. Kyla, it's great to have you. I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been?
I've been good. I can't complain too much, honestly. How you been?
You've been well. I've been well, so I'm good. Everything has been good.
That's good.
How's the family?
We're all good, honestly.
Good.
All love. Everyone's happy. We're going on a family trip, actually, on Thursday.
Where y'all going?
St. Thomas. Going to St. Thomas.
Y'all ain't invite me. Like, how I don't get to go on these trips that all these people take? Like, Michaela just came back from somewhere.
You did?
Yeah.
Actually, I saw that.
She just came back from somewhere. Like, I don't even get to go.
It's for my brother's graduation. That's it. This is a gift.
And with somebody here and graduate. Well, all my kids done graduated except for my daughter. We waiting on her to graduate. She got 2 more years.
There you go.
This should be graduating. She's what's my daughter? Sophomore right now.
Gosh.
Right. So she'll be graduating in 2 years. Well, hopefully she want to graduate early. So.
Okay, that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, and I really want her to take the I really want her to take some college courses while she, so by the time she graduates, she'll have an A degree.
She definitely should. It's actually so much more helpful to do that. You graduate college early too. I should have done that. I'm actually so mad I didn't do that.
Tell her that. like that's a lot of work. It's worth it. Right? You got out of school early and stuff like that. I don't know. I do not know.
You tried.
That's all I can do is
exactly.
I tried. Why do I keep on forgetting this? I forgot to give you your claps. Let's do this again. All right, here we go. All right, so let's welcome Kyla to the show. Hey, Kyla, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, your claps.
Thank you.
We had to give her claps. So let's do it twice since we ain't really, We'll give her claps again. We gave her claps. Everybody in the studio behind us is really excited to see you. You hear them? See? Like, they really, everybody in the studio. Like, we really got to,
Big crowd.
Big crowd in the studio right now. Wait till y'all see the video. I'm like, what crowd they talking about? There ain't no crowd here.
Nope, we nobody.
There's no crowd. All right, let's get into it. Let's get everybody, acclimated to your story and, the wonderful things you've done, things you went through to get there, and how you fought. So let's start at the beginning, right? You attended both IND and Concordia Prep.
Yep.
All right, where you ran track. Did you run track at IND?
Yeah, but it got cut short because of COVID. So we had practices, but our first meet was got canceled because of COVID.
Freshman year?
Yep.
No, because we finished.
No, it got canceled. We had a meet scheduled for the week. They shut everything down that week. We were supposed to have a meet, and it got shut down.
Okay. So did you play soccer there too?
At IND?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you 3 sports athlete, both at Concordia and.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I did 4 at IND. I did indoor soccer.
That's why. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, 'cause that didn't that cross with basketball.
Yeah, so that's why I couldn't really do it, which was upsetting. But it was worth it. It was honestly worth it.
Yeah, your mother was kind of upset about that.
Yeah.
So tell us about your early experience in those sports and what initially drew you to them.
Well, I got put into soccer and basketball ever since I was 3 years old. So I've been playing those ever since I was a little kid.
3?
3 or 4, around that age.
Well, just threw up.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. I was just thrown into it. It's like, okay, this is my life. You know what? I'm still in it somehow.
Right.
Besides basketball, but I'm still happy to be in soccer. I'm still happy to be part of the basketball world. It's still cool seeing everything evolving. So I honestly love it still.
Okay. All right. So, what's your favorite sport?
Freshman year, it was definitely basketball.
Yeah,
I loved basketball so much.
Yeah, our team, the IND that's the picture in the back, of our little freshman 9th grade team down IND. Our little tough little team.
Almost beat St. Francis.
Yeah, almost beat St. Francis JV team. And I think if they would have stayed together, they would have won a championship. That team was young, but it was a tough team, man. It was a lot of heart. Right, so you went to IND.
Yep.
So at IND, you was the man on the team.
Yep.
You was the killer. Give her the ball, let her go to work, get out the way. We even created a play for you, like an out of bounds play for you. Like,
I miss those days.
All right, we even created an out of bounds play for you that you scored mostly every time when that out of bounds play.
Got double digits almost every single game.
Every single game.
Every
man.
game.
Every game. You was the man down there, and now things happen.
Yep.
You know, IND, lightning bolt, and hit the
the church.
And then IND, COVID hit. So IND used that excuse to close. Which, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you that school's going to close in 5 years?
Oh, yeah. You were right. You were right.
I said, man, this school going to close in about 5 years. Why? We better have fun now while we can.
Amen to that. We sure did, though. We had fun.
We had fun. And then COVID hit, and that was their reason to go ahead and close that school down.
So upsetting.
But it needed a lot of work.
Definitely. That school was,
oof. If they was going to keep that school open, that school would have needed to be remodeled from top to bottom.
They were saying like it needed $1 million renovation. It was that bad, how much they needed to fix things.
And, you know, they got a lot of good alumni from that school.
Nancy Pelosi.
Barbara Mikulski.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but who was really giving back to that school?
Nobody
was giving that.
Nobody.
Well, I can't say that because what happened before we left, they got, I want to say 10 million or 2 million. It was one for athletic money.
I remember that actually.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah, they got a lady gave them 10 million for athletic money, and to give out some scholarships for athletics. So because to me, I was talking about this the other day, like half of these private schools, just like colleges, is not going to survive without a good athletic program.
And I mean, like our athletic program was on the decline, I will say. Yeah, like basketball was going down the B.
Yeah.
Soccer was going down the C. Hockey was in C. Like, they weren't good. They just stopped recruiting athletes and started becoming more of a art school, I would say.
Right. So. Right. But then, I mean, we didn't have our own facility either. The only thing we had was a basketball court.
Exactly. And it wasn't even a good basketball court. That thing was rubber. What was that thing?
That thing was built when I was born, 1973. They ain't remodeled that joint since.
Good old heel marks on the ground.
Man, that thing, that gym was worn out, floods and everything. That gym was a hole-in-the-wall gym, but, I mean, we had some good times. I did a lot of workouts in that gym.
I remember my, first time going to IND, and I met you, and you didn't, basketball workouts, and you're like, oh, you're good. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, we did a lot of workouts in that gym, boy. That gym, woo.
No, I love that gym. It's so ugly, but I love that gym.
Yeah, that gym, it was, like you said, ugly, but fun. Then we had no AC in there. And
hot as hell.
Hot as hell, no wet in there. But it was home.
Yep. Nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it at all. I miss IND.
Me too. I wish I could just go back in there, honestly. I wish they would open it up, but I know they never would.
Nah, I don't know. I think John Hopkins put the building.
That's what I've been hearing. Johns Hopkins is taking it over.
Yeah. We'll see what's happening. We'll see what happened to that. They're taking over everything down that area anyway. So back to IND. So after IND closed down, a lot of the girls from school went to Concordia.
Yep.
Right? So half the basketball team went up to Concordia Prep.
Yes, they did.
And how Concordia, I think if COVID wouldn't have shut down, we would have won the championship that year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we would have won it. We had Diana. Yeah, I think we would have.
We would have gotten far, I felt like, if anything.
We would have won the championship.
So wait, yeah, we had Nye, we had Tanaya.
We would have won the championship.
We were actually, I'm forgetting, we were actually really stacked.
Yeah.
We were good.
Yeah, we would have won the championship that year.
Definitely.
Probably. I don't know because
I felt like COVID was the only chance that they had to win a championship for Concordia.
Yeah.
Honestly. That year.
Then the 2 years after that, I brought some more girls up there and we went to the championship twice.
We got to the championship. We got to the championship once. Against the Mercy one. Against Mercy where we got blown out.
Yeah.
And then we didn't make it the next year. That's we lost to St. Mary's. We were neck and neck the whole game. Right. We had a lead and then we just.
Because people start crying about they tired. He started pulling people out the game, the wrong people out the game. And I don't know. Corey went off that game.
Yep.
And for some reason, fourth quarter, she wasn't getting the ball no more.
Nope, she wasn't getting the ball. I think she was hurt. That might have been the reason. She was like, her knee was hurting earlier in that game.
Man, she was going off that game.
They didn't put any good defenders in for the rest of the game because all the people they had in there for defense was they're not scrappy. No, Cole was the only scrappy one.
Yeah,
I felt like that was playing besides Bree, but like because of the height difference, they took Bree out most of the time.
and they always want more height. The people that was giving them height back, they had that height on the team. It wasn't doing nothing.
Nope.
It wasn't doing nothing. I seen that game on film. I'm like, how did you lose that game?
I was so upset. I'm like, I mean, I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. You didn't put any good defense in there.
None.
I'm like,
you're one of the best defenders. You was one of the best defenders on the team, and he ain't even played.
I know I didn't play at all that game. I was just, this is me on the bench. I'm like, all right, like you don't want to play me. I'm like, cool. I'll cheer. I'll be your cheerleader, right. Sure. But you don't put me in, then I'm not going to take this as an L because I'm like, I tried my best. You didn't put me in. I did my part. You keep gassing me up and saying like, yeah, you're like the best defender. You're going to keep going in.
But they don't know how to. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how to use you. They didn't know how to assess you. They didn't know how to put the right, like you said, put the right people in the game at that time.
They put people in at the wrong times all the time.
Bro, and that's why I couldn't deal with it no more.
No,
and then,
like when I saw you like during the COVID year, you're just like, I was like, man, I don't blame you.
And that's because of every time I did something, he went behind me.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, yo, why you keep on coming behind me?
I don't know if you remember. I was like helping the JV girls coach, and then I was like, you were like, yeah, like I will help you out, and I was like, yeah, thank you. And then Bill came up to me, he's like, he doesn't have to take over for you. I'm like, he asked to help me. I'm like, I will happily take help. I can't deal with 10 girls and I'm one person. Like I'm not even an adult. I was 17. I wasn't even an adult yet. Like.
Right. And it wasn't me taking over. I'm like,
no, it wasn't. You're a coach. You know more advice than I can give somebody. Like,
but it was like they was like, Coach Steve, can you coach us?
Yeah, because they wouldn't pay attention to them.
Yeah, they
at all. Oh my gosh.
They was like, Coach Steve, can you please coach us? I was like, man, and then we was at one game, and I said something. We was playing against what's that team? Overall for Route 40, the Sky Blue team.
Mount DeSales?
Mount DeSales.
Mm-hmm.
So girls was killing us. I said, yo, close out with your hands up. He said, Coach Steve, you don't need to do it. I said, how am I yelling by telling them girls to get their hands up on these 3-point shooters?
No, run about with your hands behind your back.
Right, they 33s on us. Like they killing us with the threes, and the girls ain't running out there with their hands up.
They're like, just like this. Like, you're like having like a stop sign, like stop. Your hand's not like this, you're like this. Like, what is that doing? You're not doing anything.
I don't know. With that game right there, I was like, man, I can't deal with dude. Like he always came behind me, and he ain't like the simple fact that the girls listen to me more. Mm-hmm. They used to tell me, Coach, can you tell him to get away from me?
No, because everybody, he was talking to me. Remember Wesley?
Yeah.
She was like, which coach was creepy? I'm like, all of them. All of them would like they're a little touchy. I'm like, it was weird. Like they would like actually like physically like move you. Like grab you by your hips and like move you. I'm like, that's not appropriate.
I don't know. They was I don't know, but he just kept on. Every time I talk to somebody, I'm not looking. I'm like,
were you at the Mercy game when it was actually like we were about to win, but we lost in overtime? Were you at that game?
Yeah, I was at that game.
That's what I thought. I think I was listening to your advice over them, and then I think they pulled me out of the game
I was recording that game at the top. I was recording that game and. They did something real stupid, and we wound up losing the game.
What happened? For some reason, me and Paige, like, I ended up in the bottom. We were in a 2-3. A 3-2.
And Milan got the... What's the name shot the ball. The girl shot the ball. Milan was in the middle, and I say, cannot play a zone against Milan.
No, I'm like, yes, it worked in the first half, but that's because somebody was locked in on Milan, so she wouldn't get the ball. Right. Me, I was locked on. So
she couldn't do nothing.
No, she fouled out.
Yeah,
she fouled out, and then Paige got slowed down the court. So I was like, all right, like you gotta. There's 5 seconds on the clock. You gotta go.
Right.
So like I ran. Like, what else am I supposed to do? And I ended up at the bottom of the box, and she was like, she just stayed there. I'm like, dude, I am 5'2". You are 5'6", 5'7". We need to switch.
Right.
And then she just didn't switch. I'm like,
girl shot the ball. The ball was going out of bounds. On athletic tail, pushed the ball back in. Girl hit the shot. Game over. We lose.
I was so mad. And then we got blown out in the championship to them.
And that was bad. Yo, I remember when we was at the game, everybody was like, "Can we go man to man? Can we go man to man?" And they was like,
I even said, "I'm like, let's go man to man." He was like, "Nah, we can't go man to man. Y'all don't know how to play man to man." I'm
they're killing you in a zone.
like, dude,
but you gonna wait till y'all get blown out.
Exactly.
30 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes of the game, go man to man.
You know how mad?
And Milan ain't score.
No, she didn't. And you know how mad I was that they put me in the last 3 minutes of the game. I didn't go in the whole game till the last 3 minutes in that championship game. I'm like, dude, like you need somebody to lock her down. You had Phoebe, you had me, you had good defenders. You could have just locked her down. You could have done.
Corey played her. Corey kind of when they went man to man that last 2 minutes. Corey played her, and she locked her down the last 2 minutes. Like
Cole or like Corey Bradley.
Cole,
like when she gets pissed, like she will be like,
she
knock you down
in the last 2 minutes.
And then when that happens, they'd be like, Cole, calm down. You're being too violent. I'm like, bro, she's
playing basketball.
She's playing good basketball. She's playing good, scrappy basketball. This girl, she came from St. Francis, right?
Right, yeah.
Like she's playing how she's supposed to be playing. Right. She's playing right. Y'all not playing right. You're not playing scrappy enough.
That's what Cole used to say. Cole used to say, man, these girls are. And it wasn't really the girl. It was the coaching staff. Wasn't tough.
It was like we weren't. They didn't do any like fitness stuff to like make us strong. Like even with us at IND when JV, you had us in the weight room.
Right.
Like even if it was like once or twice, the whole time, I don't care. We were doing stuff. We were like lifting. I'm like, my whole time at Concordia, I never lifted. Never.
Because they was. I don't know. I'm glad they gone now, but.
Amen.
Yeah. So everything was different when we got to Concordia, right? So you went from being the starter and the leading scorer on JV basketball team.
In the A conference.
In the A conference, right?
A hard conference.
Right. So how did you feel? How did it feel to have such a permanent role early on? And what were some of the highlights from that time?
I honestly felt like I would have a strong career in basketball. Like I could have gone like a high D3, a low D2 school for basketball. I felt like, you know what, I was going to be a good basketball player. Like soccer was going to be my fun sport,
right? And
I was going to take off with basketball,
right?
And I felt like having people look up to me. I was like, you know what, like I like this. Like I like feeling like I'm respected, and I like people asking me questions and like me giving them advice, and they're actually listening to me.
Right, because you was a great leader for that class, for that team. You was a great leader for that team. So what was one of your most memorable highlights with that team?
Man,
it wasn't a time when you went out. We can laugh about it now. But it wasn't that time when you went up. Something happened. You just fell.
I don't even know what happened. I still have no idea what happened.
You tried to walk through the ambulance, all that, man.
That concussion.
That was crazy.
Ooh, that was a traumatic time for a lot of people in that gym.
Everybody was like,
"Is she dead?" I remember Emily was crying. I'm like,
everybody was like, I was like, what the heck happened?
I just remember somebody was like, your mom was yelling at you to get up. I'm like,
yeah, she was. I was like, get up.
I'm blacked out. I can't get up.
I was like, get up. You all right, get up. Like, I don't think she all right this time.
Nah.
Like, she usually get up from everything else, but I don't think she getting up from this one.
Nope, so. I was on the ground. I was a little corpse down there.
Yeah, so we had to call an ambulance.
What a time. But now my favorite memory, honestly, it wasn't even like playing in the game. It was before the St. Francis game, when it was like Christmas time at IND,
right? And
we left and we went to the Walters Art Museum. Yeah. That team bonding, my gosh.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
That was so fun.
Yeah,
because I remember all the varsity, they weren't jealous, but they were like, low-key felt like left out. I'm like, this was fun. Like,
that's because their coaches didn't do nothing fun with them. She was boring as I don't know what.
They were good coaches. They were chill coaches. They were nice people. Yeah, I'll say that. They were really nice.
They was really nice people, but
I like Coach Mo.
Yeah, I love Coach Mo.
Mo was me and her had a nice connection. Me and Mo. She was like, I really like you. Like she was trying to, that St. Francis game, the one I got knocked out, she was trying to pull me up. Yeah. That sucked. I was so mad that happened, and then the game got canceled too because of the fight.
Yeah.
That whole game was chaotic from all the videos I saw from the hospital. Very chaotic.
It was chaotic.
Man.
It was, and then all that started with a parent.
Yeah, I heard that. Was he like yelling at Kenya or something like that?
Yeah, all that started with a parent.
Right. So stupid.
Y'all parents out there, man. You don't got to take basketball that serious.
No, let the kids play. Let the kids play.
Let them play and have fun. Stop trying to live through your kids.
Exactly. It was cool though. Like I'm guessing now that she's now in the WNBA that Angel Reese was there.
All right.
I'm a DM her. I'm like, hey, you remember me?
But, hey,
I got knocked out.
Remember, what's her name was trying to go at her though?
Leah.
Yeah, she was trying to get the Angel, like, I don't know what, but we had to pull her out and pull up the steps.
That's what I heard. And then I just remember somebody was saying Emily just kept crying. I'm like, I felt so bad for that girl.
Jay Leah was strong as a,
that girl was scary.
You know how many people had to pull out that gym? I was afraid that what she was going to do, she would have got to her.
Jay Leah, that girl, I have so much respect for her because how scary she is. I'm like,
she ain't letting nobody mess with y'all.
That's one thing. One thing I would never do is like mess around with Jay Leah. Like I would never disrespect that girl.
She ain't let nobody mess with y'all. She was like the protector of everybody on that team.
She was like the big bouncer on her team.
She ain't let nobody, man.
Nope.
Angel, she said, "What you say?" About to go at Angel, somebody had to grip like, whoa, hold on.
She didn't take nothing from nobody.
Nothing, bro.
Man, I hope she's okay. I miss her. Honestly, I miss her so much.
I talked to her a couple of times after when she moved down to
North Carolina,
or South Carolina, whichever one she moved.
One of those Carolinas.
So I talked to her for a minute, but it was yeah, that was some memorable time.
I miss it. I honestly really miss those days. Honestly, I just like sometimes I'm just like awake at night. I'm like, dang, I miss IND basketball, man.
Right. So we loved IND basketball, but it sounded like we had a challenging time at Concordia.
Oh, definitely.
So you, me, Freddie, all of us had a challenging time at Concordia. But
anybody that transferred from IND to Concordia that played a sport mostly had a challenge there.
Because we was coming up bad time. Dang. That talent was coming up bad in it, and we changed that environment.
A little bit, yeah. Especially with Freddie, too.
Yeah, we changed that environment. We made that environment. We was getting more people up that school.
More color in that.
Yeah, we brought more color to the school.
Even like with bats, he was getting more color, yes, for football, which is a given, but we were giving more color for the other sports.
Right. So we was bringing a lot more kids up that school. Basketball, they wasn't recruiting. I was recruiting. My first year, I recruited 11 girls. 11 people, both girls and boys basketball team. And the boys, that year, both of them went to the championship. Yep. The girls lost and the boys won that year. But they both went to the championship.
Because at least the boys kind of knew how to get coached. They kind of knew how to coach up the boys.
You know, Brian not there anymore either.
Really?
Yeah, he's not there no more.
Wow.
They let him go too. Yep, they let Brian go too. So, but it sounded like, we had a lot of challenging times at Concordia. But it was a bright spot you playing for me even after IND. You played, 1 year?
It was like 1 or 2 years, I think.
Lady Cut Nation. Yeah, and how was that experience?
It was good. It was the only problem was that because I was with Concordia,
right?
Is that it brought down my basketball self-confidence so bad that I'm like, and I can't even enjoy playing with you because I'm like, I just hate the sport
now. And that was a problem for a lot of the girls. Like even the girls that's there now that play AAU for us, for me last year, ain't want to play basketball this year.
Makes sense. I don't blame them.
Like what is her name? Man, I forgot the girl name. But like one of the girls I called up, my mom was like, she don't want to play no more. I'm like, what? She was like, Ruby. Big Ruby. And Big Ruby's getting good.
No, I was like, dang, she has potential.
Man, she was getting good.
She had potential.
She played AAU with this man. Ruby she was becoming a beast. She played last year. I called him up, asked, she said, no, she don't want to play basketball anymore. I'm like, why? She was like, because this season was not a good season for her. She was out there. She was like, why is she even playing anymore? It just make the season good for her.
That school ruined my love for the sport.
Yeah,
because I came in there with high hopes. I'm about to be I'm gonna be one of the best players on this team.
Right.
And then sat on the bench. I'm like, this is my life. This is my life. All right.
They know how to.
And then they would come. They would tell me yeah, you're gonna play next season. Ride the bench.
Yeah, they ain't know what they was doing. I don't mean no. I'm talking about they ain't know what they was doing. I hope they hear this because they ain't know what they was doing. So so the time you played with us, how that influenced your athletic journey? I know you said it was kind of hard because of, you lost the love for the game because of,
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of gave me, I guess, it kind of helped in a way looking for colleges. It's with sports recruits and all that, how you set that up. I'm like, okay, this is making my life easier. Yes, it's for basketball, but I can look at these colleges for soccer and go through that way.
Okay.
Which is also, I mean, I did it for a couple of schools. I didn't hear back, but like doing that, I was like, it still helps me like get myself out there. So like,
Right.
I definitely appreciate that from Cut Nation, like that setup there. Definitely.
And that setup got a lot of girls in our old team who play college
definitely.
basketball. I'm telling y'all, coaches, you better get it and get your girls on it because you want them to get recruited. That's
Beyond helpful.
That's because I was at a I was on a basketball camp because you know the camp we used to go to. But that's my man. I got caught. Coach White, I'm gonna call you. But so I was talking to this guy, and this guy he had an AU team in PG County. He was like, man, I don't go to a lot of these showcases. He's like, I'm gonna show you something that gets my girls recruited. So he said, here, use this app right here, and watch how your girls get recruited. And I used it, and my girls got recruited.
Even though I was at the end of my basketball career, basically, by the time like I was on Cut Nation, I was still getting like coaches reaching out to me, and I was like, "Dang, like y'all like want me," and I'm like, "I don't even like the sport anymore, but I appreciate you. Like, I feel very flattered that you're like think I'm a good player still. Like that boosted my confidence. But then as soon as I would like play, I would be like, just disappear.
Yeah, they go down again. Huh?
Yep.
Some coaches can damage somebody's confidence and make them fall out of love with the sport.
Yeah.
And I probably did it a couple of times, but I ain't know. Well, ain't nobody ever tell me, but
I think they knew, and they just didn't really care.
Yeah, they ain't care. They ain't care.
Like they had so many complaints.
That man ain't changed.
Not a single thing.
Every day was the same routine.
Same practice.
Same practice. Practice was so boring. I couldn't even stand there. And then he gonna ask me. One day they came to watch our practice for AAU, right? Mm-hmm. So they gonna ask me. They said, "Well, why Tanaya move like that when she was with you, but don't move like that when she with us?" I'm like, respect. What you want me to say?
Like the drills y'all were doing, like just like be in the paint, boom, step back. Like I get it. Yeah, I get what you're trying to do, but no, that is this elementary stuff y'all are doing for high school people trying to go into college. This is not helpful.
And then it ain't translate to the game.
No, nothing translated.
It ain't
they were like,
to the game.
Like we'd do this drill. We'll like be in the corner and then like the top of the key and then the other corner and then you just move back. What is that doing? I get it. Yeah, put some shots up. Cool.
Right.
But we did that for like an hour straight. But what is that doing?
My thing is, it didn't. The stuff drills y'all was doing was good, but he didn't put that into.
No. Because he would just like say, he would basically say, "Forget it. We're just doing pass and cut." And even with that, I don't even know what the heck it was. And then I remember my senior year, we were trying to do UConn because the coaches walked out on us. First off, they left, and we're like, "Okay, cool. Like we're on our own. We're going to do this by ourselves." And I'm like, you know what? Because like Corey was like Bradley was on the team and Bree was there, so we're like, "All right, let's do UConn." And then it worked every single time. And then like when you cut it to the corner, cut it to like anywhere else, and it worked on a defense every single time. And then he was like, okay, I like it.
They never use it.
Nope. He was like, this is a really good play. Like I'm going to use it.
Because my name was on it. That's why.
And then we were like, okay, yeah, we're going to call it. And then we called it, and they just, I'm like, come on now.
Because my name was on it. That's why.
And it was like I felt disrespected for you personally. I'm like, this play is an amazing play. Like it's helpful. It moves your offense.
Moves the offense. Like I don't know what.
Like even if you don't get it like in the basket, you could just kick it back out and start passing, cut, and reset.
Yep. And
go to another play. And that was the other few. No plays.
Yeah. Hey, I want to thank Gino for that play. Because when I went to UConn, I seen that play. I like, man, I love this. So thanks Gino for that play.
What a guy. What a guy.
What a guy. That's my man. I love you. I went to a lot of coaches. Watched a lot of coaches practice D1, D3, D2 that have a high level D1 coach like talk to you and treat you like he known you for years. I really give him a shout out. And I always tell people about why people don't like Jim, man. He's a really good guy, man. Really good guy. Like he'd sit there and talk to you forever.
That's actually very good though.
Yeah, he's a really good
I feel like a lot of like high level college coaches are just like, I don't want to say snobby, but you know, like I feel like they're better sometimes. Yeah. So like to have that, try to get to you know you on like on a personal level. Right. That's like that's respect. Right. I have a lot of respect for people like that.
I have a lot of respect for them. After that, I always liked them because our coaching style is kind of the same. I always liked him. Like I get on people, he get on people. Like,
and like a lot of people like can't handle that. Like I could handle it, but like the way that I was getting coached there, I'm like, you're not yelling at me. You're talking gently. I'm like, what is happening?
I see, like, so when I do it, everybody knows from a place of love, and I want you to get better.
Like that's my thing. Like I know you're not trying to be like a
malicious.
Yeah, you're coming from a good place. You're like, I know you can do better. Right. I know what you can do. Like you do it. Just
do it.
Go.
Just go do it.
Just go.
Yeah. So now all the girls that came on here, Mari and all them came on, like, I can't handle soft coaches.
No.
They can't handle soft coaches.
I can't. They piss me off.
We can't handle soft coaches.
Cannot do it.
I don't look, that way still works. A lot of people are like, we can't do that to kids no more. Like that. I ain't a lot of my girls that dealt with that is preparing them for college at the next level. So, and they do good. I mean, yeah, I yell.
Like I would say, like, obviously not for basketball, like for track, like my coach is hard. And like she's came up to me the other day. She was like, is your parents in the military? I'm like, no. She was like, well, you have like this sense of respect and like you're like come on time. I'm like, it's from my parents, but now I'm realizing it's like from your coaching style because you're like you're harsh. You're like, if you're not on time, like leave. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen again. So like I do what I can do.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I put a girl out there. I put a girl out of hello. This you see 8th grade Friday at practice. I put out of practice. I say, yo, go. I say, get your stuff and go home. You ain't coming here to practice today.
No, like if you can't, like if you like practice bad habits like that, like what are you gonna do? Like you can't thrive. You can't thrive.
I told her, go call your mom. Tell her come and get you. Leave because we was going over this defensive help and rotation play, and she wasn't. We was walking through it, but her walk was like
she was like the lazy, like I don't want to be here.
I'm like, I know we walking through it, but goodness,
at least like. Puts a little pep in your step, bro.
Like, good grief.
No, so, I get it. I told
her, get your stuff, and then I texted and left a message. I was like, I really believe in you. You got a lot of potential, but your attitude and your effort is not gonna. So as an 8th grader on this team, and as a leader on this team, I need you to do better with your attitude and your effort. And she was like, okay, coach, I got you. Thumbs up.
And that's a place of love, though. That's coming from a place of love because you're like, you see her potential. You know. She can do it. It's just someone needs to put her in her place to do it. That's all it is. And that's what's bad with soft coaches. They don't put people in their place when they need it. They need to, not discipline. Discipline's not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I'm saying? Like they need like that harshness to like.
Sometimes you need somebody to tell you to, either get your together or get up out my gym.
And that's what our coach is. She was like the head coach. She was like, if you're not going to try, like leave. And then like the sprinting coach, he was like, all right, like if you're not doing good, I'm like, just leave. Like go. Like I don't want you to practice bad habits. Go. Right. Just leave.
Leave. Like if you're not going to kind of practice ready, like then like why? And I tell our girls this, if your mind not right and you don't think you're going to kind of practice and give it your all, just don't kind of practice. I'd rather for you to tell me, coach, I'm not feeling today. My mind will not right today. I'm not going to kind of practice today. Then to have you at practice half-tailored.
Exactly. Like I'd rather like being all because when you're in your head, you get either sad or mad.
Right, and then as soon as I say something to you, it's like then it become a big argument. Then I'm like, yo, just leave, get out. I'd rather for you to say, coach, I got stuff going on too much today. I'm not going to give you my all at practice today, so I'm not going.
And that's like a respectful thing to do, honestly, because like that's like coming from like a good place of like I don't want to waste your time.
Exactly.
So like I'd rather like just get my thoughts together.
Yep.
Be chill. And
I respect that. And I tell kids that, yo, you don't feel like don't come to practice and waste my time and your teammates' time if you're not gonna give it your all.
Exactly.
So don't even do
and like
that.
that's how it was like on my team, like back at Concordia, like for soccer. Like people just not try it. And like it was my senior year, so I'm like, yo, like I wasn't a captain, but I was like cussing people out. I'm like, yo, like what are you doing? Like, have some sense, please.
Well, you're singing year though. Didn't y'all win a soccer? Did y'all win a soccer championship? No. Junior year, did y'all win a soccer championship?
We won this. We got it to semis, but we lost in PKs my junior year.
So the lady that came your junior year, she left to sing next year.
Yeah, she left my senior year.
She good. She was a good coach.
She was all right. I love her. I love her to death. She was such an amazing person. Right. Like she just had her favorites. I was one of them, but it was just hard Because like how she was coaching, she was more like an offensive minded person
Mhm.
and not a defensive minded person, and that's where our struggle was mostly on defense. So it was like we had our assistant who was a defensive coach, but she had a full-time job. She couldn't make it all the way out here. She lived out near Gunpowder, so it's like who's trying to make that drive down? Nobody.
So speaking of favorites, right? You said she had her favorites and you was one of them. Do you know the reason why you was one of her favorites?
Why I was?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, every coach have their favorites.
Oh, I know they do.
But I'm gonna tell you, it ain't the favorites where people think it is.
I like the way I know why I'm her favorite is only because I feel like it's just my dedication. That's really dedication and leadership, and that's it.
That's the coaches. They're the players that the coaches gravitate to the most. So when the players on the team that don't work hard and stuff, oh, that's his favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite because they come to practice on time. They stay after practice. When they get to practice, they work hard. You're lazy. You don't like
exactly like
why would I want to spend time with you?
Like every time for soccer, I would bust my butt. I would do whatever I could possibly do to like prove myself because I still felt like I had a chip on my shoulder coming in as a transfer.
Right.
I felt like I got to prove myself to these people that like I deserve to be here. I deserve to start. I deserve this place on the field.
Right.
And then like my senior year, that's how I earned my starting position as like a defender. I proved that like I can do this. I put the work in.
Right.
Just try to beat me out of my spot. You won't.
Right.
Like that's what you have to do.
People out there in the world, coaches do have their favorites, and they're the kids that come to practice on time or come before practice even start, get some workout in, even before practice even start, stays in the gym, stays on the field even after practice. You know, get to practice, don't complain, works hard, take criticism from the coach, and even like if they don't like, just be truthful with the coach. Also, they're your coach's favorites. You want to be your coach's favorite, you be that person. And the way y'all think coaches got favorites is not, oh, he like her better. You doggone what? Because she hustles. Like, so she's going to get most of my time and most,
my energy.
I'm not giving nobody my energy that ain't.
I'm not wasting my time on a bench warmer that's not trying at practice.
Trying, like, at practice. Exactly. Like, I mean.
Like, it's easy to be a coach's favorite. All you really have to do is try. Show up and try. And make a bond with your coach. Right. Like, that's the easiest thing to do. Just, like, make a relationship. Like, say, like, hey, like, what can I do to do this? And then just take advice, take criticism. Like,
so coaches have favorites. We ain't saying we always right, but we got favorites. I'm gonna tell you, I got a lot of favorite players, and like majority of my whole team, especially my everybody on the team was my favorite. I dealt with all of them because of the simple fact that they worked hard.
I felt like the whole Cut Nation like team, nobody halved it, and then the people who did.
They weed their way out. They gone. And you know what? I think that was a team effort to get them up out of here. Because they like, Coach, she ain't going hard, man. She don't need to be on the team.
Exactly.
So I think it was like a team effort. Like, yo, we gotta weed those girls out. And one day, if they ain't trying to work hard, we don't need them on this team.
And like that's one thing I always realized when I was on the team. I'm like, there's like a weak link, yes, but like they still have effort. They still have heart. They're still trying. There's nobody that's not trying. Everybody's giving it their all.
Every practice.
And that's what I respect about like that whole team. Like that's one thing I do miss about like with basketball like that is like that heart, that effort, that whole team effort.
Yep. I don't know where it's at now though. I don't know where. I think COVID just messed all that up.
Oh yes, it did.
Man, woo. I don't even want to talk about that, boy, because I don't know where all that passion and energy went to. I'm trying to get all that back, but I don't know. These kids, some of these kids, but I think it's starting to turn around.
That's good.
These young kids.
I sometimes think it's a generational thing,
right?
And like, I don't want to say discipline again, but like my kids my age, we were disciplined. We were like showed like respect. Do this. Like you need to try.
Right.
And like people younger than us, they're like, no, that's like. Can't do that. You can't do that no more.
Right. So now it's starting to get back. I think that a lot of these little young kids that's coming up is starting to realize that, you know what I mean, to get to here, we got to be more disciplined. So I think it's coming back.
Which is good.
I just think in a 2-year span that all that stuff went down.
Yes, definitely did.
Yeah. So now we talked about, Lady Cut Nation and IND and Concordia. We talked about all that, right? Now, let's get to you loving soccer, running track, your passion for track.
And
right.
So I started running track technically my sophomore year, like actually like on a competitive team.
Right.
Like I started track like in 6th grade, only went to like 2 meets. Never had a real practice. We ran inside.
You was fast.
Yeah. I think it's just a natural thing. But so like I didn't really like do real track and field stuff till my sophomore year. And we didn't even have a track to practice on. We had none of that. So we were just practicing on turf.
Right.
So like I would just show up at the meet. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just here. But I don't know what it was. Like my junior year as the coach, she just like gave me a whole nother like love and appreciation for track. Cause I was like, originally I was just doing track because my parents told me to do it.
Right.
I wanted to do lacrosse. I wanted to body somebody without getting in trouble. That's what I wanted to do.
State of football for girls.
But my mom was like, no, you don't need a contact sport. Go do track. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like, so I had my coach my junior year and she was a hurdler. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll build like a bond with you. Cause like I started doing hurdles my sophomore year. I didn't know what I was doing. But like, since you actually did hurdles and you're fresh out of college, I was like, you can teach me a lot. Right. And with her, I got all conference that year because of her.
Wow.
Like I did 300 hurdles and I did 100 hurdles. And she like taught me everything. And I was like, I greatly appreciate you for that. I miss her so much. I think she's back in Missouri or something like that, but
she was in a reserve?
No, she was
she was one of the
so like her husband wanted to go be a priest, so he went to Concordia.
Oh, okay.
And then they left so he could go be in the priesthood or whatever. Yeah. I felt so bad. I'm like, dude, you just got here and this whole track team loves you.
Like Concordia lost a lot of good coaches.
Oh my gosh. Like she was amazing.
And they lost a whole lot of good coaches.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how long football coach.
Bass is probably staying there for a minute.
He could have went somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean the thing is he's broke the school record for everything for that school.
I know.
That school, he's broken everything at that school. He's a good coach. I will never lie about that.
He's a wonderful coach. They lose him, they done.
Oh, they're screwed. Their whole organization is just down.
I mean, he's a former D1 football coach, so that's how he get his connections with all these other D1 coaches. That's how he get his kids recruited. We was talking about. I was hearing somebody talk about that today about no matter you got to know people.
Yeah. That's how you make it in the world. You just got to have connections.
You got to have connections. So parents out there, you better get with a coach that has connections.
Yep.
If you want your kid to go anywhere, you better get your coach. And a lot of people don't know that I got connections.
You do.
They don't know. I'm just telling everybody now. It ain't that hard for me to call a coach up and for me to tell them that I got a girl that want to come and play for them. Because
like I remember that. Like you would just be like in the game and like, hey, like I got to go take this call. This coach, I got to tell her like this girl wants to go to you.
Right.
Like you would just do that. I'm like, okay, cool.
Good. So, cool. But these coaches know I don't produce no trash. Yeah. They know they're going to get a girl that's going to work hard.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Like I had a girl I just coached this year, hard worker. Skills wasn't that good, but she was a hard worker. Actually, in the award banquet, she cleaned up with 4 awards.
Dang.
She was like, she was like on that. Every team she played softball, she played basketball. Every team she was on, she got an award for.
That's impressive.
She got an award, but she's a great teammate and she's a hard worker. Not the best skilled girl in basketball, but a skilled. She'll tell you. She's on my She was on my podcast, and she will tell you that. She sent me a letter saying you're the most productive coach I ever had. That
is fact. You're like, at least for basketball, like you're just one of the most productive coaches I've had.
She was like, you're one of the productive coaches I ever had. And I got a call from a coach. He was like, yo, I need a guard. I need some girls that want to score. And I was like, look, I had this girl. I think she want to play college basketball. Her skill is not that good, but she's getting better. She play good defense. She hustles. She do all the little stuff. You just going to work with her skills. And I said, I guarantee you, by the time she is sophomore in college, she's gonna be good. She was like, all right, let me talk to her. The only reason why she ain't going because they don't have a major. She want to be an engineer.
You know what? I respect you for that. Right. That is insane.
But she wanted to go play college basketball, but that's the only reason why she ain't go to that school because they don't have. I
can understand that.
And she's a real good softball player too.
Okay.
Yeah, but she got awards across the board. Like she was in the Emmys, just grabbing awards out the air. She's that's my girl. She's really coachable. She been on that team for 4 years. Only played really JV and never ain't hardly get no time on varsity.
What school is this?
Newtown.
In this
Where I
Newtown?
coach at now?
In this Newtown.
She
Okay.
ain't hardly getting no time. And I told her this year, when I got there, I said, look, I'm going to help you get better. You might not get that much time, but you're going to get some time. And my job is just to help you improve and get better. And she improved and she got better. Her shot got better. She was a dog on defense. And she got more time than people think. And her parents was like, I'm just happy that she's getting time.
Yeah. And the thing is with you, and I'm realizing it now, you really developed me as a player.
And
After I left, like after you just, like you weren't like my coach, I'm like, my skill set just either stayed the same or just went down the drain, basically, because I wasn't doing anything.
But that's what it's all about. It's all about developing. Developing your character, developing your plan, developing your skill level. And that's what it's all about as coaching, man. And I think that's why I can get away with certain stuff that other coaches can't get away with my girls. Like, with yelling and stuff like that, because they really know. And we, all of us, we still call each other, hanging around and stuff like that. And over the years, and I see everybody, still on social media with each other, congratulating everybody on their accomplishments and things like that. So, and we still support each other.
Amen.
We still support each other. But now, big-time track star and everything. Now you at Stevenson University, where you play soccer and run track. Now, how's that transition to those sports been, and what have you enjoyed about your experience at Stevenson University?
Well, for soccer.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on that.
Thank you.
For getting to Stevenson.
Appreciate it.
Two-sport athlete at Stevenson University, a very good school. So how has that experience been?
The switch from sports, it's definitely a step up. It's
faster.
Woo.
Quicker.
Jeez. Oh my God.
You got to be in the weight room for that one.
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot stronger from being there. Even for 1 year, I got a lot stronger.
Good.
But like for preseason for soccer, my goodness, it's like 2 weeks long, 2 practices a day, 4 hours in total. Hot August heat.
Right.
All outside. We're not inside, only to eat, and we're outside the whole other time.
Wow.
It is murder. But I will say, like, it made me like tougher as a person. Like,
good.
I can do this. I can suck it up. I'm fine. I don't need to complain. I'm good. Like, it's fine. Like, don't get me wrong. I didn't get playing time. That's cool. I'm a freshman. That's how I was thinking. I'm like, I'm a freshman.
Right.
Cool. It's all right. I have time.
Right.
And I'm fine with that. The way it is, the vibe.
So it's like a drug. So you play. So it's like a drug. So, all right, when you play basketball at IND for me, and you played basketball for Lady Cut Nation, the vibe was there. So you want that vibe at the last team.
The vibe was like the vibe there. It was like a family vibe,
right?
And the vibe I got from Concordia and this soccer team, it's so clicky,
right.
And which is cool. Teams have cliques. That's fine. Like Cut Nation had cliques,
right?
But I still felt included. Here, everybody, how it is at like practices, how we set up. Everybody's all in their little groups, and I just bounce around because I'm like I'm friends with everybody on the team. That's fine, but they have their friend group, so it's just like, so I'm picture this, like everybody's like there's like 4 people, 5 people, 4 people, just together. That's it, and you have like 3 people just like okay, just I talk, you're cool, but like you just walk around. It's like hey, how are you? Good morning, like yeah, because we had to feel like 6:45 and like. That's when we start practice at 6:45.
I tell people all the time, when you go to college, your social life, if you're a student athlete, there's no social life.
This was so bad. It was my freshman year, obviously. And since I played soccer, I missed all the social events. There's like all these gatherings. There was like movie night. And like, I would get back from like the bus from one of our games. I'm like, okay, there's a big movie screen right in front of my dorm building. I'm like, okay. Nice. I didn't know this was a thing. And people were like, yeah, like there's this big party going on tonight. Like, nice social gathering. You coming? I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. They'd be like, yeah, there's a bonfire going on right now. I'm like, huh? What do you when did this happen?
That's student athlete college life right there. But so that experience, soccer experience, do you feel as though it's gonna get better?
I think so. I think
Good.
especially how I'm a lot more social now.
Okay.
Everybody on the team loves me. I love everybody on my team.
Right.
And I'm cool with everybody on the team. I love the coaches. I love everybody on my team.
Right.
I'm just hoping there's just no toxicity.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was. There was so much toxicity. It was like just mentally draining.
Yeah, it can be.
And I can't, like, that's the bad thing with teams. Is when it's mentally draining, it's just like, what's the point? I'm not enjoying my sport anymore. You're
Right.
taking the fun out of my sport.
Right.
Like, you make me just like, this feels like a job. This feels like a 9-to-5 job. And I'm not having fun.
Right.
So that's the thing. There's no fun with the toxicity going on.
Right. So even in college, you need to have fun.
Definitely.
The
Definitely.
sport. And if you don't love it, like you're not gonna have fun. If
Mhm.
you don't love the sport, you're not gonna have fun. Because
Exactly.
you're gonna go through a lot of ups and downs in sports. It's like,
Mhm.
and sports is a great teacher for life.
Oh, definitely.
Like you're gonna go through a lot of ups and downs, and if you
Mhm.
don't love it, it's you're gonna give up,
Mm.
and that's not something you should be doing.
Mm.
So how was track though?
Oh my goodness.
Track.
Complete opposite. It was a great time.
I don't know why. Like track teams always seem like the funnest people.
Because they are. They are so
Right, they
fun.
always seem like the
They're
funnest
so
people.
carefree. They're just like,
Right.
you know what? I'm here. We're running. We're both in this torture.
Right.
Let's just have fun.
Right.
And like, especially that my brother was on the team with me, I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I felt so included more. I was like, he like introduced me to his friends. His friends liked me,
Mhm.
and then everybody was just so much closer. It was more like a family bond.
Right.
Like, I had these two other 400 hurdlers. They're guys. I'm the only girl 400 hurdler.
Wow.
So they'd like do the workouts with me, and they're like,
Mhm.
hey, like, yeah, this is what you're gonna do. This is how you should fix your steps. This is what you do. Just like do that. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate your advice. Like,
right.
thank you. I didn't ask, and grateful like you just told me. Like,
Right.
I didn't have to come up to you like, hey, what do I got to do? They were just
Right.
like, hey, like, just do these little tweaks, and you're good.
Yeah, I mean that's team. That's it. Because if you don't get better, we don't get better.
Exactly.
They don't get
Like,
better,
we can't
don't
win
get better.
championships. Yeah, like, individual, but still a team
Right.
sport with points.
Right.
So like, if I don't get points, then it just brings down the whole value. So I'm
Right.
like, we got to
Everybody
get
got-
points.
Right. Hey, everybody got to pull their weight.
And like, I technically joined the track team late
Mhm.
because of soccer, so I couldn't come to like all the preseason workouts or whatever. But I was instantly welcome,
Welcome.
and
yeah.
I felt like this is nice. Like, I felt appreciated.
I read a quote today about track, and it says a runner keeps running no matter if they finish last.
Mm-hmm.
They still get you to the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
They don't stop.
What you for like with track, all you gotta look, it's you against the clock.
Right.
That's all you got. That's what you gotta look at. You against the clock.
But I think that quote was so instrumental with me thinking about life is that
Mm-hmm.
you got to keep on running. No matter if somebody gets you to the finish line before you,
Mm-hmm.
track runners still run. They don't stop and say, oh, they already won, I'm going to stop.
No, like
You still got to run and get across that finish line.
track is like such a good life lesson
Right,
for people,
right,
and
right.
like I didn't have an appreciation for track as much as I did. Like, I had one my junior year, and then once that
Mhm.
coach left, it disappeared. I was like, I don't really want to do track. I was contemplating not doing track this year,
Wow.
and I'm so happy I did. Like, I love my coach. She's the sweetest person. She was a hurdler in college, so she helping me
Right.
come back, and I'm like, thank you. You're actually bringing my joy of
Yeah.
track again. Like, I'm actually happy to be on this team.
Mhm.
So like that was my favorite thing, was feeling instantly welcomed, instantly loved, instantly appreciated. Great vibe over there.
So in our before talks and stuff like that, so a significant moment you mentioned was feeling like an underdog at this year's track championship.
Mm.
So when you came in last in the conference for the 400-meter hurdles, like ending 18th overall,
Mm-hmm.
right? Despite only doing the race for the second time.
Yep.
I don't think that's bad at all.
No, and it was a
Right.
4-second PR as well, by the
Right.
way. So what happened? I only ran the race once before championships, and my coach was
Mhm.
like a week later, she's like, "Hey, like, yeah, you qualified for Max. Like, you're going to Max." I'm like, with my
Wow.
bad time,
Wow.
girl. What do you mean with my bad time? I'm going to championship.
Right.
And she's like, "Yeah, you're going to championship." I'm like, I thought my season was about to be over because like I'm injured. My
Right.
hips are. I have sciatica. My hips are done.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'll try. Like, because that's how bad my hips are. I'm going to try my best.
Mm.
Like, I could barely practice the hurdles.
Wow.
All I could do was just run. I couldn't like actually jump over my hurdles. So I was
Mhm.
like, I literally did not do the race. Like I barely practiced the race whatsoever. I only jumped over like 3 hurdles max before I went to championships.
Wow.
And the day before championships, we were already up in Philly. That's where they were. They were at Widener University. And I was doing my hurdle mobility. And I came up to my coach. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. My hips, man. I'm like an old lady. She's like, yeah, you are an old lady. I'm like, I know I am. She was like, all you can do is give it your all. Try your best. And I'll be happy.
Right.
That's all. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, as long as I'm happy with myself, as long as I try, that's all that matters. And I was like, I was in my head, but like, as in locked in my head, I'm like, you know what? I got this. It's just me running by myself.
Right.
This is whatever. It's cool. I wasn't supposed to be here. I made it here.
Right.
So I got something to prove. So I got a 4-second PR and I ended 18th in the conference for 400 hurdles. And I was like, you know what? As a freshman, second time doing that race, it's only up from here. Yep.
With some hips that ain't work.
Knees that don't work.
Knees that don't work. 18 out of how many people?
I think it was not that good. It was like 25.
You 18 out of 25. Like,
hey, that's something.
Imagine how the person that was 25th felt.
Exactly. I was like, I came in there, I was looking at all the times, I'm like, dang, I'm really last. Like, I'm about to get blown out. Hey, I finished 18th.
But the most important thing was you stuck in there. You tried. So how's your hips now?
They hurt. They hurt.
So what do you do? How do you fix that? How do you fix that?
Just take ibuprofen. That's the only remedy.
So do you do a lot of hip stretches and
yes,
stuff like
I do.
that? Oh, okay.
So what it is, it's like a nerve damage in my back. Because last year, like, and my senior year in high school, my first game for the soccer season, I got hurt. The first game of the season. Okay. I slide tackled, and then in the middle of we were about to go in overtime. Next thing I know, my leg just like stopped. Like I couldn't feel it. So I had to like sit on the ground. I was like, yo, like I can't move.
Ooh, wow.
And then like for a while it got better, but we played John Carroll like 2 games later. I couldn't run. I was like hobbling like this. Like she's like, yeah, like you need to sit. Like you can't even stand up right now. Like you need to sit down. And then I started going to the trainer, getting it healed. 3 games later, first whistle of the game, this girl comes running at me, like not looking, on the other team, trucks me. I land on my back and my hips, just like. So I was just done for the whole game. But like I still went in. And I still busted my butt.
Did you ever think about going to a chiropractor?
I have before. I needed to go back so bad.
My chiropractor was really good.
Really?
Like when I went, like my spine was like this.
You have scoliosis?
No, it was just kind of crooked.
Ooh.
Like this. But when I got finished, so when they was telling me like, all your nerves is in your back. Yeah. So your back, your brain is connected. Yeah. All the nerves is in your back, and if you have a healthy back, you'll be
good. Yeah.
You'll be healthy. Like she's like, some people think they gotta go get back surgery. They don't need it. Nah. But the way, I mean, when I tell you, this wasn't just no ordinary chiropractor. I was in some stuff. I was like this, thing on my neck. So I was standing on a balancing beam like this. Then they had like some weights, right? They put on your head, hold your head back like this.
All right.
I had to sit in the chair, like for 15 minutes. It's like, man, I'm like, oh my gosh. And they say the reason why is because we spend so much time. Our head is to have these things on our body. Yeah. So we weigh like 10 pounds. Yeah. So they said the reason why, like, people who have back problems because they always like this. Head is always done. So it's pulling on your spine. So they was like that's why they tell people like to have their stuff, like the computer stuff up so they can see it and stuff. And when you're on your phone, have your phone like this is on down here, because that causes a lot of back problems. Yeah, right. Because you're pulling your spine, like when you're doing it. So she gave me some like, and my back been better. It still hurts sometimes.
Send me your chiropractor information because I need to go. Because I got me some back pain right now.
They in Columbia.
Oh, that's close to me. We're chilling.
Yeah, they're in Columbia. So I need to go back though. But my money ran out. Okay. My insurance money ran. It didn't go so many times, right? But I can go back now and get it done for free again. Oh, amazing. It was really good.
I really need that. My back is hurting right now. I'm like an old lady.
So that's you pulled through, you pushed through that and kept on working. So throughout your athletic journey, you was faced with several challenges that we just talked about. A lot of them What have been some of the key lessons you learned, and how did they shape you as an athlete and as a person?
Honestly, just not giving up.
Okay.
Just keep going and then asking for help. Because I realized, like, I'm not in this alone.
Right.
Asking other athletes and other coaches and all this for help makes me a better person and gives me more leadership in my life to give to more people as well.
Right. Yeah. We always think we can do things by ourselves. Because I think, like, all the stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm really doing it by myself. I'm doing it by myself because I'm just starting.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure some things out. But I'm really not doing it by myself because I look at other people online and how they do stuff. So I'm learning through other people online on how to make all this stuff that I'm doing right now work. My podcast, my merchandise store, my book, which you'll get a copy of.
Oh, you're amazing. My mom actually wanted to buy a copy of that, but we couldn't get any.
Why?
I think she said it was like sold out on Amazon or something like that. I was like, I really wanted to get your book, but it just wasn't there. I was upset, actually.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. You can get it. But I'm gonna give you one a day. I'm gonna sign it for you and give you one a day. Yeah, but so I'm trying to figure all this out. But like, I do a lot of work, especially on the weekends. But I don't do a lot during the week because I do all of it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And everything just go out automatically. So it saves me a lot of time when you do stuff automatically. I can make all my posts and all that stuff. Boom, hit a button, send it out on Tuesday, send it out on Monday, send it out on another day. So I do all that. Even my blogs and all that stuff. I got blogs last up till December where I don't got to write another blog.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You're chilling.
Yeah, I don't got to write another blog. So it just helps out once you figure out how to do all this and automatic, and it's great. So it helps out a lot. So.
Oh yeah.
But I always tell people, when I tell my kids this, because I teach too, I always tell them, I say, nothing in this world great got done alone.
I was about to say, like, you can't live in this world alone. You need help. Getting help from other people, it help them, and it helps you just thrive.
Every invention needed somebody. Every inventor needed somebody to help them invent something.
Like, look at the Wright brothers. Like,
right. Look at the Thomas Edison, the light bulb.
Exactly.
He couldn't figure out how to make it work, and another dude said, "Oh, use this piece."
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Here,
like,
you know what I mean. So he needed.
You need help in life. Like, no matter how smart you are, no matter how smart you think you are, you need help no matter what.
Right.
Like, let's look at the atomic bomb. Like, you got Einstein, you got Oppenheimer, and his whole Manhattan Project. People, like, that was like hundreds of people working together for like one common goal. Nobody could do that alone.
Nobody can do nothing in this world alone. If you think you can, then I don't know to tell you, because you ain't.
You're in a weird world if you think that.
Right, and you're gonna make it harder for yourself. Okay. Anybody out there that can help me? That, like, I help people because I genuinely want to help people.
Yeah.
Not for any type of
like that's like people, how I am. I don't have a personal gain. I just want to help somebody. I'm like, it's just sharing kindness in the world. Spreading kindness is just like a good thing to do. It's just nice.
Whatever I do, I don't expect, like, the only thing I want anybody to ever give me is a thank you.
Yeah,
that's it. And I want to be known to the world as somebody that just, like, help people out.
Yeah.
When I pass away, and my thing is this: so somebody told me one time. They said, "What do you want people to say about you when you die? What you want people to say about you when you die? You want people to be able to line up. You know how when they call somebody, hey, you want to give a few words about this?
Like, you want a line
of people to line up
to, like, say things.
Things about
I'm
you.
like, with me, yes, I'm young. I'm trying to still, like, make a legacy of just me being a genuine person, me actually caring, not just trying to get a personal gain out of it just because, like, I actually care, and I want people to know, like, hey, like, I'm here. I got you, no matter how stupid the situation is. Like, you got somebody in your corner no matter what. Right.
Yeah, so a lot of people tell me, like, even with back, they're like, yo, we kind of you because we know you're not doing it for monetized gain. You doing it because you really actually care about every last girl that you coach. And some people, like, that don't know me don't get that.
No.
Like, when I went to Newtown this year, half them people ain't get me like that. They just thought I was just another coach. No.
It took me a while to, like, see, like, who you truly were, but like, when I realized, like, in the season, I'm like, this man, like, cares. Like, he just wants us to be good players. And he cares about us on a personal level as well. It's not just like just straight. All I care about is basketball. Just do basketball. You care about personal stuff.
Right? Oh man, you got in order to do anything in this life, you got to build a relationship. And like I don't treat none of my basketball players as a commodity. It's not. If I'm going to coach you, I got to build a relationship with you. But you got to know what I expect of you.
Exactly.
And this is what I expect. You give me what I expect, we'll be fine.
We'll be cool.
Really fine. Anything you need, my girls know anything they can call me about anything. And I know my wife's just like, wait, is your phone going to stop ringing? Like, can you cut your phone off? Like, they need me. Yeah, this is what I do. So
that's a good thing to even have those, just to know that somebody's there for you. Like no matter like where you are, like. If I was like a state away and I'm like, you know what, like I need some advice, I could just call you or text you. I'm like, I know you would respond and help me out.
Man, ain't no doubt. Man, I do that. Ain't no doubt at all. So throughout your athletic journey, you face several challenges. We went through all that stuff and you learned, and you just told everybody how you became a good person. I think it's wonderful that you're becoming the person that you are. I always respect you for who you were and the hard worker that you were. I ain't anybody bring up your name and I'm like, that's a dog right there, man. Yo, she's my best defender. She was a dog. She was killing on both ends of the court. Like, man, Coach Austin used to always talk about how you and Emily, oh my God, that team, those two.
God.
That backcourt right there.
Us right there, you ain't getting nowhere, man.
Right,
you were stuck. Because me and her were fast. Like, you were stuck.
Right, and tough. Y'all was fast and tough. So looking into the future, what are your goals, both athletically, with your athletic career and beyond?
I mean, honestly, I see me at least doing track 100% till my senior year, and maybe trying to coach up some kids.
That's good.
Be like even just like a rec thing, just like have a little side hustle, just like teach kids how to run, teach them how to do simple things, just like something like that, just to put my skills like into life, you know.
And that's what I always told y'all, like, give back. Like, even when now I be telling them, y'all need to come, back and help me coach these little girls and kind of practice. And sometimes they do. Like, I have my young girls scrimmage with Kyla now.
Really?
Yeah. We got these college girls scrimmage in eighth graders. And the eighth graders did actually good. And some they did.
That's always
good.
weird that like the young ones always just show up the older ones. I feel like sometimes the older ones just like try to be like, take a little step back.
And one of my girls got crossed up. I ain't saying her name, Chase.
Just no comment on that one. Just look away.
Hey, but she got her back though. She stole the ball.
Hey, there she goes. You know what? Be that underdog. You know.
That's right. But she stole that. Yeah. So I mean, that's good that you want to get back to younger people. I think giving back is everybody's purpose in life. Like, once you learn something, you need to hand it down to somebody else so they can learn, and maybe they can do it better than you. Then they hand it down to somebody else. They hand it down to somebody else. I think that's the. If that's your purpose, I think everybody's purpose in life is to
just give it back.
Give it back.
Give back the knowledge you learned. Just give it to the new generation.
Give it to the new generation.
Just like recycling. Just recycle it back.
All right,
that's all you got to do.
And even if they don't receive it now, they're gonna receive it one day. They can be like, Coach Q told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it deja vu? Yeah, one of my students gonna say, Mr. Collins told me that this was gonna happen. Yep, I told you it was gonna happen. I told you it was gonna happen. So for our listeners and many who might be facing their own challenges in sports and academics, what advice would you give young athletes who feel like underdogs?
Honestly, just keep going. Never give up. Just keep pushing. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. Life is about failure, man. You just got to keep on going. That's really it. That's all the advice I could honestly give. Never give up. Ask for help, too. Helps a lot. Help goes a long way. Ask for help. Getting bonds with like your coaches and your friends and teachers helps a lot. Like, I made so many bonds with my professors in a short amount of time, and they're like, all right, like, here, I gave you here's a job opportunity for you. I got you. Here, I write a letter of recommendation. Here you go. I only knew them for like 3 months, and they're already like gave me this instant connection. That's what you got to do. Just ask for help, make connections with people, and don't give up. Just never give up.
I know about writing these recommendations, boy, because I was like, last year, Coach, can you write me a recommendation for this scholarship? Coach, can you write me a recommendation? That's some wise words. Hallelujah. That's some wise words. So
Thank you,
before we
thank you.
wrap up, is there anything else you would like to share with our audience about your journey or your experience?
I mean, all I can really say again is just keep going. You know what? Just no matter how hard it gets, life will get better. Just keep pushing.
All right.
Just keep on going.
Wise words from a young lady who was very wise at a young age
Thank you.
and is still wise now. And I think actually all your experience even helped you mature more. What I'm like, you always been that girl, like
Mm-hmm.
that kid that's smart, hustle, work hard, never disappoint,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. If we down in the game, you would get fired up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you would never get. I don't even think you ever came out the game.
The only time I would ever come out if I was in foul trouble.
Right.
That was the only ever time I came out.
Right. I don't think I ain't taking out the game.
I'd be like, water.
I ain't taking out the game.
No, I stayed in that game.
I ain't taking out the game at all. So, but I'm so proud of you, man, and what you accomplished.
Thank you. I actually really appreciate that.
Yeah, I know the challenges you face. We talk, IND and stuff. Now, don't worry about it. Just keep on playing, keep on fighting. They'll see it one day, and if they don't,
Yep.
that's on them. As long as you ain't give up.
Like I fought to the end with my basketball career. I kept on trying.
That's on them.
I kept on going.
They didn't know what they had. They had a remarkable young lady that was very disciplined and a very hard worker. And I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Coach Steve.
I appreciate you for all your hard work and stuff that you've done. So, it's been truly inspiring to hear your story, even though I already knew half of it. I just wanted to hear the Stevenson part. Your journey from basketball and track and soccer and overcoming all your challenges was very impressive. And you really thrive as an underdog. And you still thrive. And it's a testament to your resilience and your determination. Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Of course.
I really enjoyed this talk. We need to do this more, but I really enjoyed it. So I really appreciate you coming on, telling everybody your story, and I hope that somebody can take this and learn from it. And go through the same situation. She's still standing, so I'm still standing. She's still moving, so I'm gonna still move. That's it. Anything else you got?
No, but I appreciate you putting me on the podcast. Honestly, I really appreciate the invite.
Yeah, no problem. I want all my girls to tell their story.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got some stories to tell, boy.
Yes, we do. We got a lot.
We got some stories to tell, boy. So, have fun stories. All right. Thank you, everybody. To all my listeners out there for tuning in to Full Court Dreams, the Underdawgs Voice. Remember, every underdog has their day. And with perseverance and hard work, anything is possible. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube at Coach Q for more inspiring stories. Now, here's another thing, right? I'm going to tell y'all. Go check out my merchandise. Go on redbubble.com. You go on redbubble.com, just hit Underdog, and my merchandise will come out. We got some Father's Day stuff going on right now, 20-30% off. Go on there and check that out. Well, by the time this podcast play, Father's Day might not even be here, so scratch that. But still go check out my merchandise, man. There's some really good stuff on there, some really good Underdog shirts with some really good quotes on there. Really go check out my merchandise on redbubble.com to support the podcast and wear your Underdogs prayer proudly. So until next time, keep pushing, keep dreaming, keep playing. Peace, love, so Underdogs rock.